girls, this is Coach Hughes and I'm here to talk to you today about the female athlete triad. But before I get into that, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. When I was in high school, I played 3 sports: volleyball, basketball, and softball. And between all 3 of these sports, I was very tired. At that time, I really didn't understand how to take care of my body, but the best way that I can explain it to you is, in order to drive a car, you have to have gas in it. That way the car can go. And if you don't have gas in the car, of course, it won't go anywhere and you'll break down. Your body is the same way. So you have to put the right things in your body so that you can get the most out of it. So I'm going to transition now to talking about the female athlete triad. And the first component of it is low energy availability. And basically what can cause this is if you don't eat enough, or if you restrict your body or you fast, it will lower your energy availability, which can lead to some other things. One of the first things that it can lead to, that it can be the most detrimental, is it can impair your reproduction and your bone health. There are several signs and symptoms to this, and one of the first ones that I want to point out for you guys that might be the easiest for you to understand is it might cause muscle cramps and weakness or fatigue, which is just being tired. And as you get older, it can affect your gums and your teeth, because the eating disorders that you can get from not feeding yourself like you should are anorexia, which is starving yourself, or bulimia, which means that you eat a lot of food at one time, and that's called purging. You may or may not throw up when you do that, okay? So that can lead to the bad teeth and the gums, as we were saying, and it could also lead to significant weight loss, and your body has to maintain a certain weight so that it can do the things that you want it to do, okay? Next, we're going to go to amenorrhea. And what that is the absence of a menstrual cycle for more than 3 months. And if you haven't started your period yet, you will soon know that it is healthy for your body to have a period every month, okay? And when it's not doing that, it's not producing hormones and the things that your body needs so that it can maintain your bone density. And bone density just means that you have strong bones, okay? And this whole picture here, what you really want is you want optimal energy, which means you have a lot of energy. You want to have a normal period, which is eumenorrhea, and you want to have optimal bone health. But back to the low mineral bone density, that can lead as you age to osteoporosis. And osteoporosis is a wearing down of the bones because they become brittle and they break much easier. I have had back problems in my life, and I'm sure that if I would have taken better care of my body at your age, maybe or maybe not, that I wouldn't have had such severe back problems as I do now. Because when you get to a certain point where your bones wear down and you're not healthy, like I can't run right now, I can't lift weights, I can't do all the things that I really want to do because I've been an athlete my whole life, because right now my back's not letting me do that. Okay? If you wanted to prevent these things, there's several things you can do. You can talk to someone to educate you on these things, such as your parents, your teachers, your coaches. And I don't know about you, but when I was in high school, I really leaned toward talking to my coach about everything because that's just who I was the most comfortable with. I wasn't going to go to my parents about anything. You can talk to administrators and athletic trainers, and you can have health screening, and there's different things to test where you are so that you know your optimal health as where you are right now. And so those are very good things to do. But overall, you really have to take care of your body, because if you don't do it, nobody's going to be able to do it for you. And I played in middle school, like you guys are fixing to play, and high school. And I did play a few years in college, and, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wouldn't have taken good care of my body. But I wish I would have had this information so that I could have taken care of my body even more. So when you guys decide that you're going to try out for a sport, it wouldn't be very smart to go into that tryout without eating. Sometimes we have our athletes come in and they're hungry, they didn't eat lunch, and they don't work out to a high enough level for us to be impressed with what they're doing because they're so tired their body's dragging. So a good example of something to eat if you're going to go try out for, say, volleyball, would be something with carbs, something that will give your body a lot of energy over time, like waffles. I would stay away from things that are acidic, like orange juice, and apple juice is not really acidic, but I wouldn't drink very much juice either. I would just drink a lot of water and try to give my body the things it needs so that it can go forward and have a good tryout. Right now in the off season at our school, we're having a mock tryout. So the kids that have not been eating lunch have not been as successful as the kids that have, because they're tired before we've even started. So it involves a lot of components that you'll see when you try out for 7th grade volleyball. But overall, The main thing that we want you to take from this is that every single one of these things leads to another one. And you could have like osteoporosis, and you could have low energy availability, but and maybe you don't have amenorrhea, but aside from that, you have to take care of your body, because these risk factors can build upon each other, or you could have them, independently. And in order to keep yourself from falling out, as our head coach says up here, you need to make sure that you are healthy and doing the right things for your body. Because no one really wants to walk around having menstrual cramps, muscle cramps, depression, because all these things can lead to that if they get too serious. So they say that the sports that usually have these problems most are sports that specify on being lean. And some of the sports that specify on being lean would be like gymnasts, distance runners. But all sports are demanding on the body, and they all require that you eat and take care of yourself to the best that you can. I hope this video has been very informative regarding the female athlete triad, and if you have any questions, we'll be glad to take those. But if not, thank you for having me here today.